First thing that I regret when it comes to things that I purchase while being a minimalist is flat clothing racks. Flat clothing racks for me, they never seem to fit everything when I was air drying stuff, and also things got wrinkled pretty easily and things didn't dry evenly. So when I used to live alone, I went through I think about like 3 or 4 stand-up racks. They also do not last long. That's why I went through so many of them. And when it came to purchasing the drying racks that laid down, and I will say that I'm always careful with the things that I own because I want them to last a long time so I can save money and not have to keep repurchasing that certain item. But I didn't have any luck with the flat drying racks. The legs would break, the bars in the middle would break. And I've talked about this on other vlogs of mine where I was just working with a flat drying rack and it only had like 3 bars left because all the other bars broke in half. And it's not like I was air drying like heavy duty things like comforters and stuff. I always put those in the dryer because they are a little too heavy for those flat racks. I was just putting my sweaters, my shirts, light items. And with being very careful with them, having them in their own little spot in the house, they still managed to break. So I definitely regret buying all of those because now I have this amazing stand-up drying rack. I love it so much. It did break at the bottom a little bit, and that's because I banged it one day. Like I put something on it and then I ran into it and it smashed into the wall. So one piece broke, but even though that one piece broke off of it, it's still fine. It still works great. You can hang so many items with this one rack. And I have to thank you guys for that because a lot of you guys sent me links regarding this certain item, and I am never ever going back to those flat lay drying racks because I have been through far too many to repurchase it again. Obviously it didn't work for me. I mean, I do see it working for others online, like within the minimalist community, and that's why I went ahead and purchased them because I was like, all right, if it's working for them, then I'll try it out. And also I grew up with them, so I thought they would work for me, but after the 4th try, it had to go. And I'm glad that that all happened because I really like this drying rack that I have now. I can hang things on hangers and just have them air dry, and then when they're done, I can just put them in my closet because I do not fold any of my clothes. Everything is hanged up in my closet. We do not own any bureaus or anything like that. So it works out great at the end because nothing needs to be steamed or ironed or anything like that because everything is nice and, you know, it dried nice and straight, which is great, or like it dried wrinkle free. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, it's a silly little item that I regret buying, but I'm also happy that I replaced it with something that is going to last me a long time, even though the bar parts, like the hanging parts, are made out of plastic. The bar itself is metal, so I definitely see this lasting a very long time. And yeah, I really like it, and I've been air drying like one comforter on it and it holds up pretty well. So I guess there's a positive side to something that I regret purchasing, which is always great. Another thing that I regret purchasing as a minimalist is steel vegetable baskets. Still own one for now. We are still working with what we have, but I hate these baskets. One, they do not fit everything that you need them to fit. Like, if you're gonna get one, they're literally like this size. So I was a little deceived with the size. I thought they were gonna be bigger. And also I put onions and garlic in the baskets and everything just falls through the holes. So it was a total waste of money. I already got rid of one. We ended up putting one of the steel baskets in my boyfriend's Airbnb unit. We put it behind the toilet with some towels. So that works out great for the bathroom with towels, but it sucks for vegetables. Like onions, the onion peels get everywhere. Garlic cloves get lost because they go right through the holes and you forget that you had garlic. So by the time you check under the basket, it's already old. Yeah, so it's just a very messy situation in the kitchen, and it doesn't serve a purpose for me or my family because we do eat a lot of onions. I mean, I could see if I lived alone, it might work out, but it probably will still drive me crazy because of how messy it is with the peels of the onion. And I personally, like back in the day, I used to have the time to like peel all my onions and throw like the peel out and have them all nice and neat. I don't have that kind of time these days. Like, my priorities are a lot different than when I was in my 20s. So I try to be a little bit more wise with my time during the day instead of like making everything look perfect. So hopefully in the far future we end up finding something that can hold our onions, potatoes, plantains, and something that like doesn't make a mess like these steel baskets. And also they rust over time, so that's another reason why I do not like these baskets at all. Speaking of baskets, another thing that I regret purchasing, and you guys can go back to my old videos with this, and that's the tiny little bamboo or the seagrass baskets that I had purchased from IKEA back in the day. I forgot what year I purchased them, but it was a long time. I finally got rid of the last basket. So it came with a small, medium, and large, and they really couldn't hold much. They're just for looks, and these days I'm not about looks. I am trying to have things in our house that serve a purpose and things that we actually need. So I ended up donating all of those little baskets. One went to one of my boyfriend's units for Q-tips. Another one went to my sister. I think she's putting earrings in them. Again, I had no use for them. And we were using the large one for quarters because we do our laundry with quarters here. But it was only holding like $20 worth of quarters, and I normally do more than $20 on quarters, so the rest was like sitting on the side until the basket was empty. It was absolutely pointless. So once when I was done with a mason jar, I always save all of my glass mason jars from whether it's tomato sauce or any kind of sauce. I save the glass tomato jars that they come in. I'll put them through the dishwasher and then repurpose them. So once when I had like a decent sized jar, I ended up putting all of those quarters in there and more, and then I ended up donating that large, well, it's not even large, it's like a semi-large seagrass basket. So I personally forgot who I gave the last basket to, but knowing me, I probably gave it to a family member that needed it. So anyways, the mason jar is working fantastic, and I'm glad that I got rid of something that I've kind of been holding on for years, and like it literally took me forever to get rid of it because it was like a staple minimalist item. Like you always see these little bamboo baskets in everyone's minimalist videos or apartment tours. They do look cute, but like I said, I'm not going for looks. I'm going for things that serve a purpose in our home instead of like wasting space for it to just look cute. I'm not against decor items. Maybe in the far future we will do some kind of like decor for our future home, but as of right now, I just want to have things in the house that matter because we are working with limited space here. So it's best to get rid of the things that you know you're not going to have use for. And I'm pretty sure if I was to still have those seagrass baskets when we did get a house, or when we do get a house I should say, I probably would still end up getting rid of them because I have no use for them. I could see if I was wearing jewelry and I can put the jewelry in one, and if we used Q-tips I can put that in one, but we don't wear jewelry, we don't use Q-tips, so yeah, those baskets had to go. Next thing that I regret purchasing, and again this is all to do with looks, and I was very inspired by other minimalist YouTubers, and that is these giant square plates. I cannot tell you how bad I want to get rid of these, but I'm not yet because we're still working with what we have. But these plates, I hate them with a passion, and even though they're like kind of sleek looking, very modern, they are a big pain in my butt. I'm gonna tell you why. One, they do not fit in the microwave. They are far too large to fit in the microwave. The door will not close, and if you do get it to close, the table thing that spins around in the microwave will not spin, and your food will not heat up properly. So there's that. Another thing is that they are very large, so portion control is like a huge no-go with these plates. I always feel like I could have more food, so I was putting a half mac and cheese, a couple things of broccoli, a couple other things here, like way too much. This plate is far too big to have a meal on every day. It makes you want to eat more. And then the last thing is that it takes up so much room in the cabinets and in the dishwasher. Every time I wash these in the dishwasher, I have to keep in mind to not put any pans in there, not put anything that's going to kind of cause the dishwasher not to want to close, because these plates take up so much room. I know I probably sound like a giant crybaby right now, but this is a big mistake that I made. I try to go for looks. It's something that I learned, and all I want in the future is plates that are proper serving size, like portion control plates, and also a normal round plate. There are a couple plates that I have in mind for the future, and I have them saved. They're a little too pricey for us to be purchasing or worrying about plates right now. So like I said, we're just using what we have. My boyfriend has, I think he has like 3 other Dollar Tree plates. So when I moved in with him in 2020, I brought my 3 square plates that I owned, and he had 3 Dollar Tree plates. So we just basically combined our dishes together, and that's been working out for the past 3 years, but we both despise these damn plates. But again, we keep them because then we would be like 3 plates short in case we have guests and stuff. But yeah, they're a big pain in the butt. Also, when you are looking for dishes, make sure that it fits your needs. Do not go for looks, because I went for looks on so many other dishes back in the day when I lived alone. I went for looks with wine glasses. I didn't drink wine. Other glasses that I never really used because I was always drinking out of my water bottle. Again, I lived alone, and even when I lived alone, I wasn't always home. I was either at the gym or at my regular job. So when it came to having all these little fancy cute dishes, everything aesthetically pleasing, I didn't really get use out of them. So yeah, I don't beat myself up over it. It is what it is. You live and you learn. But I cannot wait till the day that we get to donate these and get plates that actually fit the microwave and fit the dishwasher, and also are, it will help us with portion control. And the last thing that I regret purchasing as not a minimalist, but I will say like as a YouTuber, is car mounts. I have been through so many car mounts, you guys. I think like 20 at this point. Thankfully, I'm smart enough to return them all, so I didn't waste a ton of money. I think I wasted, or maybe like 40 bucks a couple years ago, because I didn't realize that you can return things so easily on Amazon. Yeah, I went through so many car mounts, and this vlog camera took a beating. It has so many marks on like the lens and the whole body because of how many times this camera fell in my car because of the car mount not holding the weight of this camera. And I heard that's like a common problem with a lot of YouTubers. A lot of YouTubers that I watch, they personally do not vlog in their car anymore because it's such a pain in the butt. And I don't vlog anymore. I think I vlogged like maybe 4 times in my car, or well, I did vlog on my phone for a little bit because I have like a magnet mount. But the quality on my phone and this camera is 10 times better. Yeah, at least I'm not alone with this. So a lot of other YouTubers don't vlog in their car anymore. And for some of them that do, their car is set up where they have like a little, like, I don't know, like a cup holder or something where they can mount this camera perfectly fine there. As for my car, like the shape is just very like, it's kind of like this, like it's like an egg, and like when you put the camera there, it will stay there if you're parked, but once when you drive off, it's gonna fall off. So I have tried the dash car mounts, I've tried the window ones, I've tried the mirror ones. The car vent ones don't work because my vents are near my steering wheel, so that like you will literally see me like up here, like even closer than this. So yeah, that's something that I will probably like won't purchase in the future unless they come out with a specific one for YouTubers. I think with just vlogging regularly like this at home, or even when I'm parked, I can put the camera and just talk to you guys really quick. But when I'm driving, I do not vlog anymore because I am done looking for car mounts. I honestly give up at this point. Yeah, I'm keeping it that way because I used to stress myself out so much with trying to find a decent car mount and wanting to drive and talk to you guys so bad. And then I realized that there's nothing out there right now, so might as well just calm down, stop trying things for right now, like just take a break, and then who knows, maybe someone will come out with like a really good product that holds these cameras. But as of right now, I'm terrified for this camera to break. This camera is very expensive. I purchased it, I think it was like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. This is the Canon GSX, and this was, I think it was like around $600. My other camera that's acting up, that was also around $600. So cameras are not cheap to replace. So I do not want this camera to fall in the car ever again. I swear I had like mini heart attacks every time it did fall. Anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this little video. This video is not meant to be negative or anything like that, so please take what I say with a grain of salt. If you own these items still and you love them, then to each his own, okay? So this is just my little things that I regret purchasing, but I don't beat myself up over these purchases. I kind of laugh about it, especially the giant plate. I laugh about because I wanted these so bad, and it's funny how it's like now I want to get rid of them so bad. But that's life, right? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next video.